99.2 FM.
Hey everybody, you are tuned live to 99.2 FM, hot on your dial, classic rock with the Triforce crew on a Thursday morning. I'm joined by Sips and Lewis. How you guys doing?
That was perfect, Flax, except for you had to go with the Triforce crew. Yeah, you gotta like have a lot of effects and stuff in there too.
With Sips. Show me. You gotta have all those.
And Lewis.
yeah, you gotta have all those dumb sound effects.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
They love that gimmicky soundboard, and you could tell that the DJ's been doing it for absolutely fucking years.
They
and
always
loves all
have
those
a news
dumb
helicopter.
sounds.
Like they always have fucking just the dumbest shit. They got the Doppler radar for the weather and everything. I don't know what's up with American radio stations.
You know what
They're
I
all
think
the
it is?
same,
It's
though.
the same thing with all American news presenters talk in the same way. They all have the exact same cadence. Like when they're doing the live report, they hit the same syllables, they hit the same points in the conversation, and they go up and down at the same point. Today, Thursday, on this very intersection, an accident between two vehicles. It's like up, down, blah, blah, blah. And the thing is, if you hear someone that doesn't do it that way, they stick out like a sore thumb.
They do.
It's easier just to go with the flow. You just do it the way everybody else does it, and you just become another professional news guy. No, you're not going to stand out. No one's going to say, oh, yeah, it's that guy. Like, do you remember there was that weatherman? I'm going to do a Triforce classic. We have definitely spoken about this before.
Which weatherman is it?
That's the motto of the Triforce podcast. You're listening to 99.2 Triforce podcast. You've definitely heard this before.
We've spoken about this before. Yeah.
Oh my god, we've done 100 episodes. Like, there's no way we're not repeating
Rein that
ourselves.
in.
all
Rein
the
that
time.
in, sir. We've done 99.2 episodes. Sips. This being the 99.2th.
Man,
You know that.
You know what? I think this is one of the longest things I've ever committed to in my life, besides being married.
Yeah.
It's been a lot of podcasts come out of this, and it's.
They're all the same.
I mean, Lewis, you're a lot like me, I think, where like you start something with these great intentions, and you're like, yeah, this is gonna be awesome, and then after a while, you just stop doing it. You just give up or whatever.
Yeah, it's called the Bodega book.
Yeah. Flax, I guess you're in the same boat. But with
no, it's
Triforce,
finished now.
weird.
It is
Maybe now I'm
finished. It is
jinxing it though. Now that I'm sort of drawing attention to it, watch, it'll fizzle out and we won't do it anymore.
You know what I like about this is it's a fixed time.
Yeah.
And there's more than one of us doing it. Like if it was just me doing this, I would do it for a few weeks and then stop. But 3 is the perfect number.
Yeah.
The
Because
magical.
it's enough
the
people that
triangle.
even if one of them gets a little
It's the Kirk, Spock, and McCoy. It's the James. It's the Clarkson, Hammond, and May. You know, it's like the perfect.
is.
It's the Hat films. It's the crisscross, trot.
Yeah.
And the other one.
There's only 2 guys in crisscross, but I see what you mean.
that's why they call them crisscross, not crisscross
it's like
Chris.
Bros and yeah, Two's Company. I
Or
don't know.
Bros, as apparently some people thought it was.
Bros, like Super Mario Bros.
I think 3 people is also the right number. If you think about when you think about a marriage or a date or something like that, you know, get boyfriend, girlfriend, it's 2 people, right? You don't want to go out and have 2 people and then a third person, the gooseberry, right?
Right.
The extra person. But when you have a conversation, 3 people is good because otherwise 2 people might just agree and there's really no
There's no conversation there.
volatility to the conversation.
Well,
It
that's
doesn't
never the
go
case
anywhere.
when I'm in a conversation because I will
No,
always
exactly.
try and do the counterpoint, even if I don't have any education on
I
it.
don't think that's intentional, Lewis. You make it out it's kind of I'll take one for the team and play devil's advocate.
Yeah.
I don't think it's no, I just think it's you, brother.
Yeah.
You're just a
I'm
little...
just argumentative. I'm
little
just
out there.
an asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm used to it. Fuck. So no, newscasters. Go on, let's continue that thread. I like where that was going.
Well, the ones back in the studio always have that like that garbage charm, don't they? Like it's not charming at all, and you end up feeling just a sense of loathing towards them because they're just talking so unnaturally. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I don't know. It's like a radio voice seems more tolerable somehow, you know, like especially you hear people that have been on the radio for years. I mean, I think this kind of applies to us as well. You know, we're very sort of confident in front of a microphone, right? Like we can sit here and talk and be like expressive and stuff like that. the first time you go to record yourself, and you're not like that at all, right? Is this something that you just get better at, or
No,
whatever
it's like
over
you're
time?
holding in a shit the first time
Yeah.
you try and record anything.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
constantly
But-
like, oh, okay, so hello, welcome. I'm recording myself, and this is me. This is what I sound like. And then you play it back, and you're like, oh my god,
Yeah.
I don't sound like that. That's weird.
Studio news announcers, particularly it seems in North America, I don't know if this applies elsewhere. I mean, in Britain, they're very, very sort of low key and conservative, aren't they? They're they're not over the top at all. They're just very sort of like, they just give you the information, and it's all presented in a very sort of I don't know, like.
It's pretty straightforward. It's not, they don't jazz it up.
Yeah.
I feel like in America they're trying to sell you the story. They're trying to make you.
And they always have like these weird jokes that they all fake laugh at and stuff.
Oh,
and
man.
It's awkward as hell. It's just I don't get it. I just don't get it.
It's kind of like
they
officey,
laugh.
polite just jokes, though. It's almost like they want to kind of joke with each other, but it's. I think the other thing is it has got this kind of authenticity attached to it, right? Like when you're watching it, when they do speak with that cadence and that kind of in that specific way, it's very much like familiar and authentic to you, and you think it's true and you think it's real, right? You believe it. You don't question.
You recognize them as professional news people just from the way they talk, right? But it's not the way anybody speaks. And if someone was telling you something, you wouldn't want them to do it in that way.
No.
But this one weather guy, he was in the UK, he might have been on Sky, and he would come up, he had a bit of a Bill Nye thing going on with him. But he'd sort of sidle up to the weather and go, got some rain coming in from the east. It doesn't look very nice. A little bit of a storm cloud here in the channel, and you might notice some westerly breezes coming in, but nothing really to worry about. And it's sort of like, what is this guy? Has he just wandered onto the
pilot.
set?
Like,
Is he someone's uncle? Like, it's just weird. But it kind of threw you to the point where you weren't listening to the weather. You were just focusing on this guy's weird sort of character. So I think that's part of it, is if I come out and say, you won't believe it, some guy got murdered, holy shit, it was right in your neighborhood. You're going to come out and say, sadness today in a small neighborhood, and when Mr. Father of 4, Ben Mercers, was found dead in his cabin. So you've got to do it in that way.
It's weird. It sounds like that now, but I don't know if I don't know if it was always like that. I think it's something that's evolved, because I don't remember it being that over the top, like, back when, even when I was younger.
No, they had character. Like, anyone remember Walter Cronkite? He was a newsreader.
I remember it, but he wasn't really over the top, though. He was
but he had a voice, and he was just himself, and everybody recognized him.
Yeah.
There were certain news guys that had, like Hugh Edwards on the BBC, right? The Welsh guy.
Yes.
He's very good. The way he reads the news, I always think, Hugh's telling me what's up. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
he's reading me
He's
the
very
news.
he's like a very, very saggy dog faced,
And Fiona Bruce as well. Man, she's really good too. Fiona Bruce, just like
Fiona Bruce, excellent. George Alagaya. Shout out to George Alagaya.
Shout out to these great newsreaders.
Fiona Bruce, honestly, she's got a commanding presence. She has gravitas. Like, she looks like she's in complete control. A fucking bomb could go off in the studios and she'd be cool.
I think the British newscasters have their own sort of. It's a kind of a copy though of that cadence, though. That the other newscasters have. It is shared across the world. Everyone is very serious, and they cast news in a very serious way. You even see it with like North Korea, don't you? Didn't they famously have that kind of cute old lady who used to read the news?
Yeah,
and she did it for like 30 years or something.
Yeah,
and, with a very. I want to say Western style, very much reading stuff to the audience, kind of behind a news desk,
No, it felt like some piece of Asian theatre.
Propaganda.
The way she spoke, and she would really shout, and sort of she was really proud, and like it was all good news. It was always all good news about how great everything was in North Korea.
They have to be like that though, because it's they have to.
Yeah. Just imagine you're reading the news in North Korea. There's going to be some guy there with a gun, just waiting in case you happen to
behind
go
the
off
curtain.
Script. Yeah.
You say one wrong thing.
Now to the weather. Yeah, the weather today will be beautiful, as it was yesterday. There is definitely not a storm coming in from the north. They just dragged this guy off the set.
Execute her on TV. You were not supposed to talk about the storm.
Did you hear about that guy who went out there? He was like a student. and he stole a poster because obviously I think he wanted a souvenir.
Oh, shit,
They claimed
that's
he was
North
a
Korea.
spy. They banged him up in
Yeah.
prison and all the rest of it. What are you doing? Go to North Korea. Like, I don't get it. Why would you go there and steal a poster? Like,
I think it's to get arrested. It's to get in the news. It's to live that crazy drama. It's such a crazy place. It's like, it's just.
So that's a bucket list for that guy.
It is like
get
a dark
arrested by a
tourist
terrifying
destination,
regime,
isn't it?
Come
Do you know what I
on,
mean?
no.
It's like going to
No.
Chernobyl or whatever and walking around. So my cousin. Okay, this is all like a bit weird, but first of all, the Bodega book is being done, and it's. Can I say who've got a bit of help from? Anyway, I can say.
no,
I guess I
please.
can say my cousin has had a look through it for us, for me and Pyrion.
Here we go.
And
The
he's
quality standard has just dropped. You know it's bad when something is delayed and then it's like a family member is involved.
well, he's
with
like
it
a
all of a sudden.
professional. He actually works as a guy who reads books for a living and then recommends
Sure.
them to which one gets published.
Right.
So he sits around reading books all the time. So he read Bodega. He really liked it. He was really
Yeah,
positive
he
about
liked
it, wasn't it?
That Sips, he liked it. Can you believe it?
He actually liked it.
He actually liked
There's
it.
a lot to like in Bodega, though. I think it's good. I think it was good. I used to love listening to the stories. It was nice.
But honestly, that was the biggest surprise of my life when we had a chat with him, and he said, first of all, and I thought he was going to say, "This is no good." You know what I mean? Like, I honestly thought the first thing he was going to say was, "This is garbage. You've got to go back to the drawing board with this." But he was like, first of all, loved it, thought it was great. And I was like, what? Like, I could not believe it.
Sometimes though, and I'm not saying that he doesn't like it because I truly believe that he does. Okay, let me just preface with that.
Don't do this.
But sometimes people in that capacity open with that all the time. You know what I
No.
mean? Like
No.
that is a very typical opener for
No,
somebody
they open
reviewing
with, "It's garbage."
creative work, right?
They open with, "It's garbage." Like, and then he gave me a huge list of things to change that were all like, "That's really good."
They open with it's garbage if you're like top of the pile, right? Like if you're the guy who owns like EMI records or something like that, yeah, he'll open up with "that's garbage" because he's looking for the next big thing or whatever. Anyone below him is always going to open up with, first off, let me just say, amazing. Because they're hopeful that they can spin this for you into a big money maker because they'll profit off the back of it, right?
Why have you got to shit on me?
I'm not shitting on you, man. I'm just bringing the real ism.
I don't
Well,
need that.
so we're
door.
not
I
publishing it
just-
through him or through his agency or anything.
All
All he's
right,
done
okay,
is
fine,
all he's
okay,
done
so
is like he gets
there-
nothing from this.
Okay, good. All right.
Other than an independent person who doesn't listen to Triforce and doesn't know anything about it and just has no clue except works in the industry. So no, he liked it. He wanted you to take a couple of chapters out the middle because they were a bit out of place and save them for I don't know some other book or something. And he wanted you to change a couple of things around, didn't he? But I think
Yeah,
we'll-
and also I had no idea how bad my grammar is. Like when I was looking through the edits, it was like all these grammatical
it's mostly
changes.
just commas and stuff. But the thing is,
Yeah, and
mostly it's the same thing. It's like the way you choose a grammatical style. Like when you write like pard, for example, the correct. That you have like a style guide when you start usually, which is that pard is written apostrophe PARD, and I think you were doing it with like a capital P. So a lot of the changes were just grammatical.
They were
stuff like that.
tidying up. Also, I mean, bear in mind, much of this was written, with kids around. So I'm trying to do one thing and another thing like at the same time.
Yeah, so halfway through the book, there's just like a bit where Pyron's like got a shopping list, and then there's like a bit where he's like yelling at someone, and it's like, why have you typed this out? It's like, what you do?
Why
Put
is
that down.
Bodega telling
Stop
Raph
it,
to tidy
putting that
his
in your
room?
mouth.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Anyway, so yeah. In other news, a book written by Pyrion Flax will soon be hitting the shelves. At episode 100, maybe we'll do it. How about that?
That would be pretty sweet.
How does this work then, Flax? I mean, you did the whole thing, so I assume that you're just going to get paid for it, like just you, right?
I mean, the 30 or 40 people that buy a copy, I guess. I mean, I don't. I assume that whatever money there is, we have to pay whoever publishes the book.
Right.
Like
We're
the,
doing it
the
ourselves.
company.
We're printing it ourselves. It's all
Okay,
right.
so
That's
yeah,
what's all
whatever.
right.
I mean, I have no idea. I just hope I don't get screwed over.
Yeah.
So there's going to be a bill for you.
Do you want me to
So,
represent you in a legal sense? I don't have
What?
any formal training, but I've watched a lot of TV shows, so
I know some lawyers. Mrs. F knows a lot of lawyers. I'll get them involved. I'll take this to the fucking Supreme Court, Brindley, if I need to.
yeah.
And you Terps, I know you're listening.
Open strong. That's it. That's what you got to do. You gotta like scare them away from making any fuck over decisions. You know what I mean? Like,
Today, strong winds have hit the island of Jersey. Local lawyer, Sips, speaks out against the wind.
yeah. Well, it sure was windy. I'll tell you this much. Gosh, I was trying to drink a coffee, and well, the wind just came right underneath the coffee and blew it up into my face. Scalded, burned all my skin off, and now I'm dead.
Wind has delayed shipments of vegetarian sausages to the island, causing local resident Sips to be angry about his barbecue.
Oh my god.
Then they cut back to him for a final quote, you know, where, like preferably something funny that he says, and then they cut to local law enforcement, some guy they've shoved in front of the camera, sheriff or whatever, saying, well, obviously this is a very unfortunate incident, the investigation is ongoing, I can say no more at this time, thank you. And then they cut. A bunch of other questions, they quickly cut back to the reporter with a sign off. It's like
boop, you get that you get like all the camera clicks, and then you have like wait, and then it just like cuts off, like you don't have any.
Like a zombie movie.
Stormed off.
Yeah.
No, it's got a shitty joke, and it's like, well, let's just say that
with a little wry smile, you won't believe this one
was blowing on the other side of the island. It's like, what? It's like
wait.
I've always wanted to be given a press conference and give my prepared statement, and then as I'm walking away, everybody's clamoring for questions, and I'll stop and I'll make like I'm turning back. But then I'm going to go anyway.
Oh, it's like a reverse encore.
Yeah, that would be great.
You should do a Bodega press conference at YogCon, and we can stage a whole bunch of like reporters and flash photography and stuff. And,
that would be funny.
yeah, you should do it.
Yeah.
That'd be really good.
Mr. Period, will we see
No
the
more
return of
questions.
the Dildonians?
The Dildonian representative is unavailable to speak about that at the moment, but if you buy the book, you'll find out more. That's all I have to say. And I'll like throw something, kick something over, punch a photographer, Bjork style, storm off.
Okay.
Always wanted to do that.
Yeah, the storm off is particularly nice. You know, when you try to leave like
when you hear the crackle of the microphone as well as they
you
tear
try
it
to
off.
leave very gracefully, but then you turn around and you get like all the camera snapping, the people like shouting for you to come back or whatever quickly. But then you bump into somebody who's in the way, and you're already like kind of nervous and stressed out at that point. So you're like, get the fuck out of my way! You just like gotta push them out of the way.
You tend not to see like too many of the reporters walking out on the guests, though. But it does happen.
No, the reporters don't. It's usually somebody who's like under fire for something, right? Like they have to give a really tough press conference where they have to. And I admit, yes, I was masturbating on the bus. No more questions. I gotta go. Get the fuck out of my way.
Wait, come on. Wait, we have so many questions, please.
Yeah.
So Mrs. F took part in a company pub quiz on Tuesday.
Nice.
And her team won it. Her team won the pub quiz, which I was very excited by. And the first thing that I asked her was, can you give me the questions? And she gave me the questions from the pub quiz. So I've got like a shitload of questions here.
Okay.
There's loads. I'll give you an example.
The Triforce pub quiz.
The Triforce pub quiz. Which daily weekday national newspaper in the UK has the biggest circulation?
Right.
I'm gonna say it's probably something like maybe like the Times.
This is like when you're padding out the essay. It's like when you write the question out. The biggest circulation weekly newspaper in the UK.
I'm gonna say my top one is okay. I think it's this order. Okay, you ready for this? I think it's in
give
this
us
order.
the top three.
The top three. My number one is the Sun on Sunday. Okay. My number two is the Mail on Sunday. And then I think my number three is the Sunday Times. You know why I'm saying this? Because I think a lot of people buy the paper daily, but I think a lot of people buy the paper on Sunday.
You think 6 times as many people buy it on Sunday as the daily one?
Yeah, I'm very confident.
All right, well, let me tell you
That's
the correct
amazing.
answer. The correct answer is actually the Metro.
Oh, fuck.
The paper that you get
because it's
for free in
free.
London.
That feels like bullshit. I think a lot of those fucking numbers are just not picked up, or like pigeons.
Well, it used to be the Sun. Last year it was the Sun. This year it's the Metro.
The biggest circulation newspaper in England is the Metro. That's right. 300
a
pigeons.
free leaflet. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy because I googled this and like while you were talking about it, and those answers were what came up on Google. So I guess Google's wrong.
So if you look at
I think
Wikipedia,
individually selling.
Top 10 UK newspapers by circulation.
right, look on Wikipedia, which has 2019. It goes Metro, then the Sun, then the Daily Mail,
Right.
then the London Evening Standard, then the Mirror.
Okay, this
then the
Metro
Times,
just came
and
from
so on.
out of nowhere though, because like in
No, it
2018,
definitely didn't come from out of nowhere.
in 2018, it wasn't even in
Metro's
the
a
top 10.
fucking
So what did the Metro
shit.
do to become
No,
so popular?
you're definitely looking at the wrong figures. In 2018, it was second.
Okay, well, the Daily Mail is second according to top 10 UK newspapers by circulation.
All right, I'm going to post this. Look at this. Whatever you're reading is out of date. This is up to date. There, I posted it on the Discord.
But this is Wikipedia, though, right?
Yeah, it's fake news.
This is from all figures originate from the Audit
God, look at
Bureau
that
of
downward
Circulation.
trend. There's a
Yeah.
fucking sad downward trend in newspapers. Fucking
Yeah,
hell.
look at that. The Guardian has halved its numbers. The Sun has halved its numbers in a decade. Anyway, question two.
Question two.
Criminal gangs were cleaning up from parking meters in London earlier this year. But what household appliance did they use to get the cash?
Fucking what are you talking about?
Man.
Criminal gangs like using fucking toasters to like fucking steal pennies from parking meters. Oh, quickly get all that! Put those pals out there.
Toasters is the wrong answer.
It's a household utility thing?
The clue is in the question.
Right.
Oh, we
Criminal
should have
gangs
done the
were
old thing where we write the
cleaning up
question down.
From
Cleaning up.
parking meters in London
Oh.
this year. It's Hoovers. They use Hoovers.
They're sucking
They were
the
sucking
pounds
the coins
out
out with a
of
Hoover.
parking meters.
You can't
Yeah.
suck a coin out of something with the vacuum. That's crazy.
Buddy, they were doing it.
Fucking hell.
What recently forced the Liberian president to work from home?
Oh,
Who
Ebola.
cares?
No.
Jeez.
Snakes in the office.
Snakes. Snakes.
Love that.
Sure.
No, this is my absolute favorite one. This is the last one, I promise. In which northern city has the public just voted a branch of Nando's as its best restaurant?
Oh my god.
Oh, it's got to be like Sheffield or Luton.
That's not the north. That's just North London.
Oh, that's kind of where the
Doncaster.
north starts, though. In my opinion.
No.
Hull.
It's Preston.
Preston.
of course. it
Shout out
would
to
be,
Preston
yeah.
with the best restaurant is a Nando's.
That's
I feel
amazing.
bad for them.
Preston. Yeah.
Well, Nando's is great. I love Nando's. I mean, maybe there's just not much fine dining in Preston.
I don't
Nando's
love
is
Nando's.
Maybe there's no dining in Preston except for one Nando's. Maybe that's all they got.
Nando's is
Preston
revolutionized.
a big place?
Preston. They got a football team.
Well, there you go. It's
not
and
very
a
good.
Nando's.
Everywhere's got a football team. It's England, isn't it?
Yeah, it's true. They do have hundreds and hundreds of football teams in England.
Do you have a football team where you live?
Population's 122,000 in Preston.
You have a rugby team where you live. Fucking, you don't have a football team.
Me?
Yeah.
We have the Richmond and Hampton football team,
Wow.
and they play down in Hampton.
Right.
We have the Harlequins, which is the local Twickenham team. They
Right.
play at the Stoop, which I could walk to if I was into rugby. This would be ideal, but I'm not, so I don't.
You don't
and then-
partake.
I don't. I've never even been there.
Right.
Which is, I've lived here for 15 years. I probably should have gone at some point. The most exciting thing to happen there in recent memory was Elton John did a concert there.
Right.
I missed that as well. But I could hear it all from my garden.
Hey, speaking of Elton John, there's a movie coming out about him.
There
soon.
is, yeah. Elton John biopic.
Yeah, by yeah, that's right.
Is it called Elton?
No, it's not. It's called Rocket Man or something like that. But it's in the same sort of vein as your Bohemian Rhapsody, the Queen, Freddie Mercury biopic, and like there's that Motley Crue. I think these biopics now are getting a bit more popular. Maybe now that they have like the technology to go back over like really famous concerts and stuff, and almost like remake them and whatever, which is kind of exciting, isn't it? Because like you get to learn a little bit more about these artists and their impact and
It definitely gives you a picture.
Because I think like if you go to see
world.
Elton John now, I don't know what he's doing, if he's even doing anything. He's got like a residency in Vegas, or he had one for a while or whatever. It's probably a really different experience than perhaps seeing
40
him.
years ago. Yeah.
Oh man, So when he played at the Stoop, that was part of his farewell tour, and I fucking missed it.
Yeah.
I can't believe it. I could have easily gone. So that's it. Yeah, it's going to end in England in 2021. He's doing that's it. 3 years, that's it, and then I'm going to retire.
He's old though, but like I think
he's not that old.
I think getting to see him,
Getting a biopic made about him, I think that means he's pretty old.
He's pretty
Nah,
old.
he's 72. That's not like unbelievably old.
Still pretty old though.
It's pretty old, but he's amazing. Elton John's amazing.
Yeah.
What a fucking national treasure Elton John is.
I would love to see like a biopic made about like a really good Beatles one could be good. Like a really good Led Zeppelin. Like they have to be really good, right? I thought Bohemian Rhapsody was really well done. I thought it was really good. Yeah, I liked it. Yeah, I thought it was good. I thought it was pretty good. They put a lot of attention to detail in it and stuff, and I thought it was just pretty decent. It was all right. And if they did that with some other like bigger, bands from like the sort of like the 60s and 70s, maybe
They're gonna
even
do
80s.
it.
Like I would
sure.
totally be up for that. I think it's
Well,
interesting. It's really
Bryce
good.
Dallas Howard is in this, so I might see it because I am in love with that woman.
Did you
Oh
not
my
like
God.
Did you not like Bohemian Rhapsody? You watched it, you didn't like it?
I have no intention of watching it.
Oh,
I don't
right,
like
okay.
Queen. I hate Queen.
Right,
I,
okay.
I hate them, and if it looks really bad. And did you not see? The guy. What's his name? The lad who played.
Yeah, Mr. Robot guy.
Yeah. Did you see the weird thing he posted where he sort of talks about himself?
Rami Malek.
Yeah, Remy Malek. He was like, I like walks in the park. I like small dogs and I like a Snickers bar that's not too warm and not too cold. I like lollipops. I like mold that grows on bread. He fucking freaks me out. That dude. He's weird.
he is.
He would be a great villain as well.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, because he fucking weirds me out. He's like Joffrey walking around in real life. You know what I mean? The dude looks weird. He's creepy and weird, and I just don't like him. And it's completely unfair. I'm really sorry, that I don't like it. I don't know. There's just something about the guy that freaks me out.
That's fair enough, man. Who cares? What do you not like about Queen?
Queen?
Why do you hate Queen?
Fucking, I've listened to them so fucking much.
I think that's part of it as well, isn't it? That if he portrays something, even a good guy like Freddie Mercury, that you just don't like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Shit.
I've got nothing against Freddie Mercury at all. Like the guy was a legend. He can definitely sing. That Live Aid concert where that is incredible. Like he's an amazing performer. But when you're 43 fucking years old and you've listened to Queen the whole cocking life, same with the Beatles and all that shit, I'm fucking sick of it. I can't do it anymore.
When they play "We Are the
Champions,"
Champions every time your team wins, like,
it's just awful. And we will rock you. It's like music made by people that are recovering from a brain injury, and this is what they
it's
come
like
up
an
with.
office thing, though. It's like it's like that.
Well,
Oh my
it's been
God.
hijacked by like that. But those songs when they came out,
It is like that
obviously
safe
weren't.
office generic thing that they would play at the pub quiz. Do you know what I mean? At
Yeah.
Mrs.
Yeah.
Flack's pub quiz, and
That's like all Take That music as well, isn't it? Like every song every song Take That have ever done is just like that if you're gonna go to an office like
It's
pub
safe.
quiz or something, that they're gonna play that today this could be fucking every fucking
Exactly.
time. God damn.
And also, this is I hope Mrs. F doesn't listen to this part of the podcast. I had a girlfriend when I was about 15 or so. Who she was a bit of a nut, and she really loved Queen.
Right.
To the point where when I'd go over to her house, that was all we would listen to. She only listened to Queen, and I mean the whole time.
Maybe she was just going through a phase, though. Or do you think
No,
that
no,
now
no.
somewhere out there she is just still listening to Queen? She's old. She's like 43 years old.
Yeah,
Just
old.
still listens to Queen all the time.
Yeah.
I
I don't
can't
know.
get enough of Queen.
She had a lot of problems going on. She was, girls at that age, they
How
can
old
either
was
be
she?
cool. She
like
was 15.
12. Oh
No,
my
she was
God.
15.
A lot of problems.
Because
Okay.
I was also 15, Lewis. That's how it works.
So what kind of music were you listening to at the time?
I was into metal at the time.
Right. Okay.
You know, and there was a lot of stuff in the 90s that was like
Heavy.
yeah, like
The 90s was
grungy
pretty
and
heavy.
stuff.
Yeah.
It was pretty heavy, and that was what I was into. It was like guitar-driven kind of rock and metal and grunge and stuff like that. And she was listening to Queen exclusively.
Okay.
And
Well,
she
I mean,
was
if when you're like 10,
But
11,
what-
12, you don't have any problems. But when you're like 15, you have a lot of problems. Everything's a problem.
I'm just imagining you going to this girl's house and all she's listening to on repeat is Bicycle Race by Queen, which makes it even creepier. Like that's
It's
a
just-
really weird song, isn't it?
It was just so that was annoying. And then you just listen to it for fucking years. It's the same song.
Yeah, yeah,
Everybody
yeah.
thinks Bohemian Rhapsody is this great fucking song. I'm sick of it. I'm fucking
Well,
sick of it.
it was
I hate
hated
it.
when it first came out. People did not like it at all.
Well, they were right then, and I'm
It was
right
one
now.
of those
so-
things that just became. I think, funnily enough, I think it had a resurgence in popularity after like the 90s.
Wayne's
like
World.
Wayne's
It
World.
was in Wayne's World,
Was sort of introduced it to like the younger generation.
Are you annoyed because you lost your virginity to Queen and you're like
No, I did
you're
not
like
lose
you
my
wish it was
virginity to
something
Queen.
cooler?
I did
Yeah,
not
yeah.
lose my virginity to Queen.
Come
Good
on.
for you.
No, I didn't. I assure you.
I want to ride my bicycle.
That would have been.
That gives you like post-traumatic stress.
Yeah. Every time I hear the dinging bell of a bicycle, I start to convulse. Oh, fuck's sake. Oh, fair enough. I mean, if you don't like Queen for that reason, then that's fair enough. I
That's just one of many
I was just
reasons.
interested because you just seemed to like, you were like, I hate Queen, like very passionate
No, yeah,
hatred
that,
for
that
it.
definitely deserves.
Surprising. It's not something you hear every day.
some,
Most people don't hate Queen.
Right, exactly. And I'm not just saying it to be like a hipster and be cool.
No.
Like I have a reason.
Yeah.
That's my reason. Can we talk about Bryce Dallas Howard some more? Because she's fucking gorgeous.
I don't even know who this is actually.
Did
What's
you
her
watch?
name? Bryce?
Did you watch Bryce Dallas Howard?
Oh, yeah, there she's come up
Ron
straight
Howard's
away.
daughter, right? So
Bryce
do you
Dallas
remember?
Howard.
Yeah. So did you watch Black Mirror?
No.
Yeah.
So do you remember the episode where you go around and people upvote you on whether you're nice and they give you an extra like or a dislike and you
Sure.
have a certain ratio, and if you have a bigger ratio you're more likely to get social advancement and all the rest of it. So she's angling for people to like her. She was in that episode. She was brilliant.
She was
And,
in Pete's Dragon.
I don't care what she was in. She's gorgeous. She's made some junk movies, but I'm obsessed with her. I don't know why.
She was in the movie Parenthood in 1989. How old is she?
Oh, really?
She was born
She's
in
like-
81. She's a year younger than me.
Yeah.
She was the girl in the yellow dress in Apollo 13. She played the surprised Who in How the Grinch Stole Christmas from 2000.
She was in that terrible movie that M. Night Shyamalan made.
A Beautiful Mind.
No, it wasn't that. He didn't make that. It
The
was
Village.
called. No, she was in that, but it was a different one.
Spider-Man
It was,
3.
no, it was. Oh, what the fuck was it called?
The
Keep
Loss of a
shouting movies.
Teardrop Diamond.
No, it wasn't that one.
Terminator Salvation.
No, it wasn't that one. M. Night Shyamalan.
50-50.
No, that's not one of his.
Restless.
No,
No, she produced that one. Never mind. Pete's. No, that's not M. Night Shyamalan. The Twilight Saga Breaking Dawn Part 2?
no, it wasn't that one.
What?
Jurassic World.
No.
What twilight spiral have we entered here?
Lady in the Water.
Lady in the Water.
Lady in the Water.
Okay,
So this movie
right.
is this was
Oh.
actually the highlight of my film review career. Had to go to the premiere, got to meet Bryce Dallas Howard and ask her some questions and stuff like that, and Paul Giamatti.
This is
and
in
it was
2006.
right. It was a fucking long time ago. I just quit my job, and this was what I was doing, was reviewing movies for a website. And there she was on the red carpet. I was in the little press bit with all the other like guys.
Were you
holding their
bald?
little dictaphones. No, I had hair at the time. This is
Okay.
2006, so I still had a bit of hair.
How much?
And she was well enough. I mean, more than now.
Look,
You
I'm
know,
trying to
so
picture it, okay?
Wow, God, this movie sounds crazy.
It is bonkers.
Listen to this. The film's plot concerns the superintendent of a Philadelphia apartment complex who discovers a
Giamatti.
young woman in the swimming pool. Gradually, he and his neighbors learn she is a water nymph, or narf,
A narf.
whose life is in danger from a vicious wolf-like mystical creature called a scrunt.
The scrunt.
Tries to keep her from returning to her watery blue world.
Yeah.
Wow.
This sounds absolute shit.
So it is so fundamentally flawed. I had to, it's 109 minutes. I sat through the whole fucking thing with this other film reviewer who I knew called Rosie, and she was cool. And we watched this film with our jaws on the floor because it's so fucking bad. It is one of his, and there's many, one of his absolute monstrously bad movies. It's not as bad as The Happening, which is the most hysterically awful movie, but it's fucking close. Like, it's a hair's breadth from being that bad. The only thing that saves it, in my opinion, from utter awfulness is that Paul Giamatti is in it, and I really like Paul Giamatti, and Bob Balaban is in it, and I really like him. But it's awful. And the whole plot is so convoluted.
Right.
You have to see it to believe it. I recommend watching it just to appreciate how fucking awful it is. And the fact that they were still giving this guy money. It cost $70 million to make this movie. They gave him $70 million, and this is what he came up with. And apparently it was based on a story that he used to tell his kids at bedtime. Like, he made this fucking shit up for his kids at bedtime on the fly and thought, that'd make a great movie, and put it in a movie, and then somebody gave him 70 million quid to make it. It's fucking awful. But yeah, it's so bad, it's worth watching.
Right. Yeah, so she is going to be in Rocket Man. She stars in Rocket Man.
She's in Rocket Man, yeah, she's in Rocket
Oh,
Man.
right, okay. No, she's good.
That's why I was talking about it.
I like.
She's great.
I like her. So the thing, I mean, she was in that great Black Mirror episode, right? And I hear that like Black Mirror is quite popular in China. Okay.
Really?
And yeah, very very popular.
Well, I think
and
it's popular everywhere, is it not? Like, people seem to go on. And
Well, they're
on about it.
particularly popular, like really very very highly sort of viewed, and people are aware of it. And I think it's because they have this kind of systems like being built into their society right now. Like, you know, there's this sort of scary,
like scary monitoring and shit like that.
Yeah, there's like scary blacklists you could be put on and things for jobs and travel and cars and things like this, like in driving, and like other people can report you for stuff and like take pictures of you and submit it and get paid for submitting you doing traffic infringements and stuff. There's a lot of stuff like QR codes are apparently like incredibly prevalent everywhere, and you have to kind of. I saw a thing about it and I was like, holy shit. China is like an amazing. You obviously went to China.
Yeah.
It's this huge, incredibly amazing place with some really kind of interesting like systems that they're like technological systems that they're building in to like monitor people and get people to behave. And I don't know,
scary.
Like, it
You know
is
what
scary.
else is kind of crazy about China? They can build like a high-rise building in like 2 weeks.
Yeah, it falls over on the third week though.
They manufacture in their factories. They manufacture like these parts of buildings, like they're bits of Lego or whatever, and then they ship them all down to the site, and then it's like building a Jenga tower. It's already all built. They just they slot them all in and weld them in place, and then boom, you got like a high rise built in like 2 weeks. It's crazy.
So my friend who's Chinese, he told me that when they had the Olympics there, in order to clean it up, they literally got a bunch of buses, rounded up all the homeless people, put them on the buses, drove them out to the countryside, and just kicked them off the bus.
Nice.
Like out, and then went back. They just left them to it, like a dog. You know what I mean? He's gone. Just let him loose in the country. They did that with the homeless people. That's China in a nutshell. Like, they're just like, there's a homeless problem. How can we solve this? Get them on a bus, dump them in the countryside. Done. That's what China's like. So
they've got like really good like facial and like gait recognition cameras and stuff that can track people and like walk where they go and stuff. And you can like, I watched this video of a guy who was driving along. It was like one of these you know, like everyone has these like what they called cameras on the front of their car, dash cams.
yeah.
And like there was this crazy like car that just pulled out and like brake checked. Like, he looked like he was driving like an absolute nutcase. And what people would often do is they would put the foot down and accelerate to get past him and get away from it. And he would film them doing that. And he would send that in and get like 50 quid for reporting them for speeding.
Wow.
Because they'd, you know, done this overtaking in the wrong lane or whatever to get away from the guy who was driving like a nutcase. So like there's a lot of people kind of willing to take advantage of measures that they're putting in ostensibly for good reasons, but leading to this kind of crazy it's also everything's changing at such high speed as well.
Well, it's like when people do the crash for cash thing, A lot of people, you can find videos all over YouTube. I've spent many hours watching dashcam videos from Russia and China. Seem to be the number 1 and 2 places for crazy dashcam videos. People will walk out into the road and then throw themselves on the bonnet of the car and claim injury and stuff like that.
Oh my god.
They'll point to their dashcam like, this isn't going to work, buddy, and they just get up and sort of walk off.
Nice.
It's like you have to have one. And lots of people reversing into you and then claiming you went into the back of them. Because most insurance companies, if the car was hit in the rear, the car that did the hitting in the rear is at fault, like almost automatically. It's like if you're hitting the side, it's generally the same thing as well. Because, it has to be the other driver's fault in most cases because you've gone into the back of someone. So you just reversed into them and say, "Oh, you crashed into me." But if you have a dash cam, that gets stopped. I have a dash cam, but I need to get it installed. The problem is, took it to Halfords, they won't install it unless you buy it from them. And I said, "Why?" And they said, "Here's their excuse. What if something goes wrong in the install? We're not covered." I said, "So you're telling me that your guys that do the installing are so bad that they might break the dash cam during the installation?" And he was like, "It could happen." I was like, "So that's it. So if I don't buy it from you guys, you won't install it?" He was like, "Yeah." I said, "Great." Because most of the mechanics won't do it. They just like, all the ones around here go, "No." So I don't know how to fucking install it. It's got all cables and shit. I don't want to break my car. I'll fuck it up.
That's just so fucking stupid, isn't it? Can you imagine being that unhelpful that you lose the company you work for, a customer for life? I would never fucking go there again.
Yeah, no. I mean, it's literally just order shit online.
It's just so fucking stupid. If you are a manager at Halfords or the owner of Halfords and you're listening to this,
Mr. Halford, Mike Halford, I'm sure he's called. Yeah,
have a fucking word with your idiotic staff. That's just fucking stupid. What a fucking waste.
I love how Sips has just sold his shares in Halfords.
Oh my god. That's crazy.
I was thinking of opening a branch of Halfords here on Jersey, but no more.
Good luck.
Keep dreaming. Holy
I
shit.
just thought that was such a stupid excuse to literally say, "Well, we might break it." I was like, "Well, you're out the same amount. Like, you're out one dash cam."
Did you get your shit food yet? Your meal replacement food?
Do you mean the MREs?
High calorie, like prison
Why do you have to
apocalypse
call it
food.
shit food? It's good enough for our fighting men and women.
Have you got it
It's good
right
enough for
there?
me.
In
It's
a
here.
plastic bag?
I mean, the context
listen,
in,
let's
fucking
in which they
snacking on
eat it, though,
That's
is
it.
like, I think anything would taste good if you were stuck in a trench, like fighting for your life. You know what I mean? Your standards all of a sudden drop because you're so fucking hungry and your life
It's
is
not
being
World War
threatened.
One, lads. They're not giving them cans of rotten bully beef and rum. It's all nutritionally balanced and stuff.
Tonight, our brave boys in the trenches chow down on bully beef and rum. Here's who keeps their spirits up for fighting the Hun.
I may have lost my teeth to the rot, but thank God for rum. Here's to you, your majesty. Over the top, boys. Hurrah! Yeah.
Oh my god.
So I'm gonna do a stream where I cook and eat one of these with the kids.
You
right?
don't
'Cause
have
I
to
think
cook
they'll
them though,
enjoy it.
right? You just open them and they cook
No,
themselves. You put water
you
in them.
cook them. Yeah. It's got like a little heating element. You put it in a bag with this heating thing. You add water. There's some chemical reaction. It goes nuts, generates a load of heat, boils the water.
Why
Cooks
don't you
the
go
food.
camping or something? Fuck, like have an excuse. If you enjoy it so much, you got to do it in the
why
right
don't you
scenery,
actually
right?
go camping?
It's like it's not the same, is it? It's like
Camping's
if you're
gross.
going to enjoy like a delicious, I don't know, steak, you want to like get light the candle, get get it all grilled up nice, and lay the table, put the fancy cutlery down, get the china out,
So you're saying I can't really enjoy an MRE unless
Man, go
I'm
on
living.
a camping murder mystery. I wish do people do those? You go to
What?
like a murder mystery party, and you have to like figure out who did it or whatever. Do they ever do those? Do they do more elaborate ones where you go out to the woods and it's kind of like maybe a bit like Blair Witch?
I
but not
think
as
I think
spooky,
you're
but
talking
you
about
have to solve a
laughing.
murder
There. I think probably if
while
you
you're out in the
if you want
woods.
to do it, Sips, I could probably hook you up with the right people.
That's more like a medieval murder mystery, though. I'm talking more like a modern one. Yeah,
It sounds a bit scary, like the Portage serial killer. Just do a
Yeah,
do a
you just
portage.
like you set up your camp and stuff, and they're like, "All right, guys, now that you're all set up and everything, let's take a look at the evidence." And they take you out, and there's just like some woman crucified on a tree. You have to
Jesus.
It's like an M. Night Shyamalan
Yeah,
film.
you
There's
have
like a
to, like,
narf
figure
there.
out what happened
It could
to
be
her
the
and
narf
stuff.
in the swimming
Yeah.
pool.
There's
like
a scrunch somewhere in the woods.
or
Yeah.
your tits are missing
Stop.
and stuff. You gotta like.
I'm bringing my MRE's coming right back up if I've eaten this thing.
Fucking hell, you've really thought about this, haven't you?
I think that would be really good. Well, you know, it's just like
Tits are missing.
we're getting to the
CGI.
point now where people want different experiences. You know, like escape rooms aren't enough anymore. Now people want to feel like they're real
Yeah.
detectives. I want to feel like I'm a real detective solving a real case. Okay.
You said that just like some hard-bitten detective. Here's the Vic. Tits are missing. Put it in the book. You there, officer. Have a look around for a pair of titties. You gotta be around there somewhere. Oh, Captain, I found a nipple. Good. Stay on the trail. Put a circle of chalk around it. I want a good look at this nip.
Oh fuck me. No, it'd be good though. I think stuff like that is gonna become, you know, I think these escape rooms and stuff, these experience like this experience economy, right, is gonna just evolve. Like VR is gonna help it as well. But
Yeah.
there's gonna be shit like that where you have to solve like a very elaborate crime or something that's, you know, like fictional, but you know, you immerse yourself into it and it's very well done. Sort of
Yeah,
thing.
you know what? Experience stuff seems to be big. I was in where were we? We were in Borough Market up around Spitalfields in London, which is where the Jack the Ripper murders took place, by the way. And we were there. There's like a market there. It's nice. It's all frou-frou and everything. And just on Brick Lane, there's this bar. It was called something like Alcatraz, right? So it's like a play on words like Alcatraz, but Alcatraz.
Right.
You have to bring your own booze. It's all underground, and it's like a prison. And you go in there and you put on like a prison jumpsuit, and the waiters will smuggle the booze to you as if you're a prisoner, and they're smuggling the alcohol that you've brought with you to you. So they'll bring cocktails to you. They sort of smuggle in, and there's like a warden that goes around and talks shit to you. You're in a cell and everything. And I was like, oh man. The guy said, yeah, but you've got to book it. It's like fully booked for like a month.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, what? It's like super, super popular. Like
Yeah.
people can't just go for a fucking drink. They have to pretend they're in prison having a drink.
Yeah, I think stuff like that's gonna get more and more popular. I think people will
And then the
seek that
warden
shit out.
bums you in the shower, and you got to pay 50 quid.
Yeah,
for
there's
the,
always
for
got
the
to be
privilege.
some form of sexual gratification.
Yeah. Now the bumming.
I've got money. I need to get my rocks off big time somehow.
Man.
Yeah.
Alcatraz. All right, we got lockdown. Wait, I'd like to leave. Not today. That's why it's fucking fully booked. They're all literally stuck down there.
Alcatraz.
People
That's
do like
what an
that
idea.
dark
Holy
tourist
crap.
shit.
I wish I would have thought of that one. Maybe I need to start thinking about an experience for the people of Jersey. Like we'll have like pretty soon. I'll have the whole island on lockdown
Yeah.
with all of my business ventures. Right, like. You land at the airport, we're going to have the titty bar up there.
Local lawyer and Halford's owner, Sips.
Local lawyer. If you're ever on the news, I want that to be the caption underneath. Local lawyer and Halford's owner.
Then you drive into town and then you can go to like my cutting edge experience bar, which will have like a murder mystery.
Like it's
and
a
maybe,
strip club
some other
as well.
petty crime that you have to
Just
solve.
combine all of your dreams into one, terrific business venture.
All right, come on, prepare for your cavity search now. We're gonna put you into your Alcatraz cell. No, mister. I'm not
Jesus.
trying to smuggle booze in my butt. I promise.
How about a strip club where you have to strip? That's the experience. The strippers are the patrons.
Yeah. So it would appeal to people who like to like flash people.
But you
and
could
stuff.
also do all the please put your underpants in this bag, bend over, cough, the whole thing.
Yeah.
It could be like a whole prison.
Yeah.
On stage.
And then they beat the shit out of you. That would
And
be
then Yeah.
I was watching that Louis Theroux documentary about prisons. Have you seen that?
I've
I've
watched
seen
most
a whole
of
bunch
them.
of Louis
Oh,
Theroux.
man.
I've had to stop watching Louis Theroux though. It's too fucking heavy now. Like
It's very heavy. Like
I
when he
find
does
it-
the stuff about the drugs in Huntington, it's
oh god,
just
they
so
had the
grim.
last one was about postnatal depression and stuff like
Oh,
that,
man.
and I just was like, oh, I can't fucking watch this.
it's just really
it's
it is
really
hardcore
way
now.
too heavy.
I think the difficulty partly is that sometimes people, when they know they're on camera, it can change the way they act and the way they behave and things. And I think that's always like a dangerous thing, isn't it? When you point the camera in someone's face, I don't know, you're you're not sometimes getting a snapshot of these people's lives. You're kind of interfering, and you can affect that. And it's sad to see like some of these people and situations they're in.
Hey, did you guys hear that Jeremy Kyle's been canceled?
Yeah,
Fuck
a fucking
me.
victory for decency.
Yeah, god damn, it's about fucking time. Like, there's such a
He was a
fucking
fucking
irresponsible
cunt.
show that's been on the air for fucking so long now. Like, Jesus Christ.
What a fucking piece of shit he was. Fucking good riddance. I hope he never works again. I hope he
Yeah.
ends up destitute and broke. And I really fucking hope that one day Jeremy Kyle gets busted for something. Like, I don't even care what it fucking is.
Fucking garbage, man. It's a show designed to make people look stupid, and he's just feasting on their fucking misery as well, like some parasite. What an ass.
Well, yeah, it ran
Yeah.
for
Glad his stupid
14 or
show's
15 years. Like, fucking...
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what though? People should be ashamed of themselves for watching that shit. Because if it got no ratings, it wouldn't have continued. People were watching that, lapping it up, laughing at people.
A million
that were
people
poor
regularly
and not
watched
the
it.
smartest and in terrible situations. Stop giving fucking Jeremy Kyle the audience he does not deserve. Please.
Yeah,
Please.
well,
have some
it's
fucking
done now.
self-respect and have some respect for your fellow man. For fuck's sake. Makes me want to puke. Jerry Springer, on the other hand, love it. Love it.
Love me some Springer.
One of my favorite, Maury Povich.
Maury Povich, yeah.
He is, in the case of Jackson Frithforth, he
Maury-
is not your son. Woo! You are
Maury
not the father that
Povich.
dances and shit. I love
Sally
it.
Jesse Raphael, remember her as well? I don't know if she's still going. Fuck, there's so many fucking shows like that. Like,
Judge Judy.
yeah. Well,
Judge
what
Judy's
about
great,
Trisha? Remember Trisha? That got canceled as well, didn't it?
She was on Pointless. You watch Pointless?
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes.
Love that show. She was
It's
on that.
on like
the other
an
week.
awkward time for us.
Judge Judith Scheiman was on
No,
Pointless.
Trisha.
Oh.
I would love to see Judge Judy on there. She's fantastic. She's fantastic. Because the cases are generally things like there was one where there's this guy and this girl is claiming that he stole her bag. And he says he didn't. And she's listing the things that were in the bag. And he interrupts and says, yo, that wasn't in there. And Judge Judy just sort of just smiles and sort of bangs a gavel. Bam! Like, gotcha! I'm like, how fucking stupid are you, dude? He was like, no, now hang on. That definitely wasn't in there.
Oh my
best.
god. There was the other one. They got Judge Judy and they have that other one's like Judge Joe Brown or something. Judge Simpson.
Another victory for Chris Lovett. Another victory for Jersey's finest lawyer sips today on
closed.
Judge Judy.
I would love them.
As Judge Judith Scheidlin rules in favor of the lady whose handbag was
Oh my
stolen.
God.
The guy was forced to return the handbag with the containing box of tampons
Sips brand
and
dildos.
lipstick.
He runs
Yeah,
the whole fucking island.
daytime TV over here is so different to daytime TV in America, isn't it? Like, well, maybe
We don't
not
have
so
any
much
religious
now, but-
shows. That's one thing. There's a lot more religious shows in the States. Whole channels.
Yeah, well, yeah, but then you have like a lot of those. Remember, they had like Phil Donahue back in the day, and
Yeah.
your Maury
Geraldo.
Povich, and who's that other guy? Montel Williams.
Montel Williams.
Montel
Uncle,
Williams.
Dr. Phil.
Geraldo,
Yeah,
Dr.
yeah,
Phil.
Yeah.
Lots of shows like that. We only have like over here. It's really just Jeremy Kyle.
The One Show.
and Trisha. The One Show
Yeah.
is more like variety, though, right? It's
Yeah,
not
no, yeah,
so
you're
much-
right. You're right.
But then over here during the day, you have all that fucking shit like Homes Under the Hammer.
Yeah,
and
it's all property,
it's all
cookery, and crime.
property, cookery, gardening, and like
Traffic
antiques
crime.
and shit. Yeah, really light traffic crime.
Really, really mild. Guy was speeding. We got him. Good job.
Yeah.
Look how this guy's parked.
Yeah.
Ticket done.
It's funny
Case
how
closed.
it's funny what's like how different it. I don't know, maybe because I haven't lived in North America for a long time, so maybe it's different now. But I remember it being.
They have a lot
very-
of property do-up shows because when I was last out there, like the shows that my dad and his wife watch, they have an awful lot of property makeover shows where people buy a shithole of a house and fix it up.
Right.
They do have cookery shows, but I don't feel like it's the same as we have
They
here.
have fucking shows for anything. They have shows for everything. It's just any old garbage you want to watch. There's a show about it. Me and my brother Bob, we drive around the country picking up shit off the side of the road and seeing if we can sell it for money. Join us.
They had a lot of fishing shows as well. Have you ever seen a
Fishing
fishing show in North
Lots
America?
of fishing shows. Yeah.
Me and my brother Bob, we drive around the country doing fishing at all of the lakes. It's like fucking hell. It's the same shit. Me and my brother Bob, we do up people's houses. That's right. We're going around to fucking Dallas today, where we're doing up the house of an old fucking woman. Hello. Do you know what I mean? Oh.
Just me and my brother Bob.
These two guys have like 50% of all TV shows is this guy and his brother Bob. Yeah, we can turn our hands to anything, me and Bob.
Me and Bob are going on a real hyper-realistic crime-solving spree.
All right, that's enough. Thanks, everyone. That's the Triforce podcast for today. 99.2 FM. Don't change your dial.
Yeah, on your dial.
We'll see you next week, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Peace.
Patreon.